9/21/2010 is what I call my rebirthday. On September 21st, 2010, I woke up, felt good, ate my breakfast, had a doctor's appointment at 10 o'clock. I went there, the doctor went over my lab test and says everything was fine. I'd like to see you in 4 months. I left there, came up to the shop here, and I went out to my car to get some wipers. As I approached my car, I got pains on my left side of my chest. And Marcy saw me holding my chest. She says, "Do you want me to call 911?" I says, "You better." I remember the girl coming into the shop and telling me, "You're having a heart attack." They put me in the ambulance, had all kind of equipment hooked up to me. Well, I found out later that I died twice. They had to shock me twice in the ambulance. I've watched the ambulance go past this building at least a couple hundred times, maybe 1,000 times. Never realized I'd be in that ambulance. I never thought it would happen to me, believe me. Never did.
Well, I was right up the road. My wife called and she said, "You need to get home now."
It was a Monday. My daughter was 13 and a half months old.
I left immediately. By the time I pulled up the street, there's ambulances everywhere, cars, police. It was a crazy sight.
Sunday night she started to feel sick.
Came running up the steps. Allie was blue. She looked like she was lifeless, and I didn't know what to do.
Typical sickness, vomiting, throwing up, until through the middle of the night she had 106 fever. So I was starting to get a little concerned, and I held her and I had her on me in the morning, and then all of a sudden she started to throw up. I started to look at her lips, and her lips seemed very discolored. Purplish blue, actually. So I have a neighbor that I called, and I said, "Dee Dee, what do I do?" And she looked at me, she said, "You better call 911. So like any mother, my heart dropped, and I started to panic, and I called 911. All I kept saying to them was, "Hurry up, you gotta get here." I didn't even need to say that because it felt like within 20-30 seconds the ambulance crew came.
Paramedics were calming us down, saying everything's okay. We need to get her to Children's Hospital.
For the first time in my life, I saw true fear in my husband's eyes.
I said, "All right, what do I have to do?" Bob said, "Make sure you don't follow the ambulance. Stay back. I don't want you to get in an accident."
I was in the ambulance and we were driving there, and Allie was in and out of it, but I knew she was in good hands.
I remember praying to God, pleading with God, just saying, "Don't take my baby girl. Just please don't take my girl."
I couldn't even hold my daughter because I was too emotional. The anxiety was setting in, and all I could do was just pray to God that she was going to be okay.
When I got to the hospital, found out she had a seizure. Again, they said everything was okay, and thank God the paramedics got there right away.
I think both of us being parents and being Christians, we always, assume that your child is always going to be okay. And then the day when the biggest nightmare happens and of your life, the fear of not having your son or daughter anymore, comes to reality. And you think, boy, I really hope somebody's going to save my child. And they did, and no, I don't think anybody ever thinks it's going to happen to them, because when you're a mother or a father, all you want to do is protect your child. But this is something we couldn't protect, and this was a time in our life that we needed help.
Hi, my name is Brianne Brown, and I've been a resident of Plumboro for 28 years. Like many of you, I've relied on the fact that I can pick up a phone and request an ambulance in an emergency. But I never gave much thought about what it takes to provide this service. Plum EMS is a non-profit organization, which means it's not paid for exclusively with tax dollars, similar to the police department or public works, although they do provide the same 24-hour support. To provide this level of service, Plum EMS is staffed with a combined total of 28 paramedics and EMTs. Last year, they responded to over 2,700 emergency calls. While the stories you just heard only give you a glimpse of the benefits that Plum EMS offers the community, it helps to make an important point. It could happen to you. Without contributions by people like you, the service wouldn't exist. If you are already a subscriber, we thank you for your support. If you haven't already, you'll be receiving our mailer very soon. Please don't throw it away. We urge you to become a member by responding to the mailer or look below this video where you'll see several options to become a member with just a few clicks. I speak from experience when I say that it can happen to you because it happened to me.
It happened to me.
It happened to me.
It happened to me.
Very good.